Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, children. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. I've shared my screen. Children, is it visible? Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, just wait for some time. It's
Yes, ma'am.
yeah. All right, let's see the solutions to the exercises and example questions in NCERT of this chapter, linear equations in two variables. You can see the exercise number here, exercise 4.1, question number 1. I'll share the material with you. Let's discuss all the answers. I'll share the material. You may write down later. Let's see the first one. The cost of a notebook is twice the cost of a pen. The cost of a notebook is double the cost of a pen. So if the cost of pen is X rupees, or say the cost of pen is 10 rupees, the cost of a notebook is 20 rupees. See, the cost of a notebook is double, is twice. The cost of a notebook is twice the cost of a pen. So if the cost of the pen is X, then this is double X, 2X, like that. Now, the cost of a notebook is twice the cost of a pen. Write a linear equation in two variables. Okay, here we have to use two variables, all right. So write a linear equation in two variables to represent this statement. And this instruction has been given to you. This instruction has been given to you. Take the cost of a notebook as rupees X, this is given to you, and that of a pen be rupees Y. This instruction is given to you. You are expected to take the cost of a notebook as X and the cost of a pen as Y. So how do you make an equation out of this? See here. So since it's given, let the cost of a notebook be rupees X and the cost of a pen be rupees Y. So according to the question, the condition of the question, cost of a notebook is twice, and that means 2 into the cost of a pen. Cost of a notebook is 2 times 2 into cost of a pen. That's what is given. Cost of a notebook is equal to twice 2 into cost of a pen. What's the cost of a notebook? X rupees. X rupees is equal to 2 into what's the cost of a pen? We're just substituting here. We are just substituting here. The cost of a notebook is X. So X is equal to 2 into cost of a pen. 2 into Y. 2 into Y. 2, this is X, children. X is equal to 2 into Y, or X is equal to 2Y. 2 into Y is 2Y. 2 into Y is 2Y. Or the equation in the standard form, X minus 2Y is equal to 0. X minus 2. Required linear equation is X minus 2Y is equal to 0. Write out whatever is given in words like this. The cost of a notebook is twice the cost of a pen. And then substitute the variables. For notebook, we have taken X, and for pen, we have taken Y. So 2 into Y, this is 2 into Y. So X is equal to 2 into Y, or X is equal to 2Y. And write it in the standard form. X minus 2Y is equal to 0. So here in question number 2, the heading is express the following linear equations in the form ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. So see, these are the equations given to us, all these from 1 to 8. Express the following linear equations in the form ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 and indicate the values of a, b and c in each case. Please follow what I am reading. If when I am reading here and you are going through the equations, you will only get confused. So here we have 8 equations given to us. We have 8 equations from 1 to 8. We have 8 equations. We need to first write them in the standard form. Ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. And after writing them in the standard form, we need to bring out the values of a, b, and c. Let's do 1 or 2 for example, children. We'll just do 1 or 2 for example. So if you take the second one, children, the second one, see here, the equation given is x minus y by 5 minus 10 is equal to 0. This is the equation given to us. X minus y by 5 minus 10 is equal to 0. This is the equation given. This is the equation given. It's already in the standard form. See, we have x, y, and the constant, everything on one side is equal to 0. It's already in the standard form. It's already in the standard. We have all the terms on one side. You can straight away compare this with ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Or if you want to write, if you want to introduce the plus signs, you may write it like this. This step is not compulsory. You can directly compare. Or if you want, you can include this steps here. X, show a plus outside. Show a plus outside. X plus, what is this? 1 by 5y. So in the bracket, you must say minus 1 by 5 because I've taken a plus outside. So minus 1 by 5y plus, in the bracket, you must say minus 10. The minus is missing here. Minus 10. In the bracket, you must say minus 10 is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. This is not compulsory. You may directly see when you have to write it in the standard form, it's just that you should bring all the terms to one side. So all of them are on one side here. You can straight away compare. If you want, you can write this step x, take a plus outside because it is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. So ax plus, so this plus minus 1 by 5 in the bracket minus 1 by 5y. So if you take a plus outside in the bracket, it will be minus 10 is equal to 0. So when you compare it with the standard form, a is equal to 1. What is a? What is a? The coefficient of x. The coefficient of x is a. The coefficient of x is a. So what's the coefficient of x? 1. 1. So a is 1. A is 1. What's the coefficient of y? It's b. What is the coefficient of y here? Minus 1 by 5. Minus 1 by 5. And c is the constant. C is the constant, which is minus 10. I told you a minus is missing here. Minus 10 is the constant. So c is equal to minus 10. That's all you'll have to do. You'll have to simply bring all the terms to one side. Simply bring all the terms to one side and compare it with this and bring out the values of a, b, and c. Again, as I have told you this earlier, if you're supposing you transpose everything to this side, then you'll get opposite. You'll get the values of a, b, c with opposite signs. I told you that you can get two sets of answers. So if at all you take everything to this side, then you will get a minus 1, b is 1 by 5, and c is equal to plus 10, which is also fine. See the first one here, 2x plus 3y is equal to 9.35 recurring. So take this to the LHS. It looks like this. So 2x, which is 2 into x, like ax, plus 3y, 3 into y. So there's a plus sign already. Now when this comes here, it's minus, but they've just taken a plus outside and shown the minus inside the bracket. So like plus c is equal to 0. Plus c is equal to 0. So on comparing, you can write out the values of a, b, and c. A is 2, b is 3, and c is minus 9.35, 5 alone recurring. 9.35 recurring. That's what you'll have to do everywhere. You can just look at this one, the 8th one. Look at this. So 5 is equal to 2x. 5 is equal to 2x. So when you bring 2x, which is in the right hand side, to the left hand side, you get 5 minus 2x is equal to 0. Or it's minus 2x. The y term is missing, so plus 0y plus 5 is equal to 0. You understand this step? Minus 2 into x plus 0 into y plus 5 is equal to 0. On comparing, we have A is minus 2, B is 0, and C is 5. Yes, have a look at this. Please read the question for yourself and see the answer. All right, so it says, which one of the following options is true and why? We have three options given to us. Y is equal to 3x plus 5 has a unique solution. Y is equal to 3x plus 5 has only two solutions. Y is equal to 3x plus 5 has infinitely many solutions. Which of these three is correct? That's what it is. Which one of the following options is true and why? And you understand it's the last one. So this one is a linear equation in two variables, x and y. And you know that you can give different values for x and find the corresponding values of y. X can take any real value. For different values of x, you will get different values of y, which means you can find so many solutions. So this equation in x and y, this linear equation in x and y has infinitely many solutions. And we also note in the geometrical sense, this one is a straight line. On a graph paper, this equation is represented by a straight line. A straight line has infinitely many points on it, which means, and every point on the line will be a solution to this equation. Again, which means this one has infinitely many solutions. Which one of the following options is true and why? That's what is the question. So this one is a linear equation in two variables x and y. For different values of x, you can find the corresponding values of y. Which means you can find so many solutions to this equation, which again means that it has infinitely many solutions. Write 4 solutions for each of the following equations. Write 4 solutions for each of the following equations. We'll discuss only the second one here. So this is an equation. This is an equation in x and y. This is a linear equation in x and y. You need to find 4 solutions. You need to find 4 solutions. So it's just that you'll have to give different values for x and find the corresponding values of y. You need to give different values for x and find the corresponding values of y. You may go through this. Go to the second one. In the solution, you must write the x value first and then the y value. X value first and then the y value. So they've given different values for x, x0, x1, x2, x minus 1. For different values of x, they found the corresponding values of y. And you can see the solution is expressed like this, x comma y, x comma y. You can take fractions, any real value you can take. But make your work simple. So take 0 and smaller numbers, 1 minus 1, 2 minus 2. Can we move on, children?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the heading? What is the heading for this answer? What is the question?
Four solutions, ma'am. Find four solutions.
So we have to find 4 solutions to this equation, linear equation in x and y. We'll have to find 4 solutions. We know we can find infinitely many solutions. There are so many solutions. We can give different values of for x and find the corresponding values of y. You can give different values for y and find the corresponding values of x. Either ways. So you can find so many solutions. Many solutions. You're asked to find 4 solutions. So here we have given 4 different values for x and found the corresponding values of y. And we express the solution as an ordered pair. This is called an ordered pair. We express a solution as an ordered pair. You can see it. It's a pair of numbers, the x coordinate and then the y coordinate. Be sure of that. Write the x coordinate first and then the y coordinate. So here -1 is the x coordinate. And 9 plus pi is the y coordinate. So here, children, check which of the following are solutions. So check which of the following are solutions of the equation x minus 2y is equal to 4 and which are not. You need to check. So there are 5 solutions given here. There are 5 ordered pairs. I'm sorry, not solutions. Sorry. There are 5 ordered pairs given here. You need to check which of these ordered pairs are solutions to this linear equation. X minus 2y is equal to 4 is a linear equation in x and y. What you see here are 5 ordered pairs. Which of these ordered pairs are solutions to this equation? So you know what you have to do. You need to take up the equation. You need to just take up the equation. This is putting, P-U-T-T-I-N-G. You don't have to write all this, you know that. So what you're going to do here is, for different, where's the equation? This is the equation x minus 2y is equal to 4 is the equation. In this equation, putting x is equal to 0, P-U-T-T-I-N-G. Putting x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 2 because ordered pair is 0, 2. 0, 2 means x is 0, y is 2. So putting x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 2 in this equation, x minus 2y is equal to 4. What do you get? The LHS when you work it, when you work the LHS, you get -4. But what do you have in the RHS? 4. LHS is not equal to the RHS, so it's not a solution because it doesn't satisfy the equation. It doesn't satisfy the equation. Just have to go through everything. See the second one. Write the equation. This is the ordered pair x is 2 and y is 0. Work the LHS and RHS separately. If they are equal, it is a solution. If it is not equal, not a solution. Right, so when the equation is satisfied, the ordered pair is a solution. If the equation is not satisfied, the ordered pair is not a solution. So here we see not a solution, not a solution. Only 4, 0 is a solution. Only 4, 0 is a solution to this equation. The others are not solutions. The others are ordered pairs, but they're not solutions to the given equation. Please see the question and go through the answer. So since x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1 is a solution to this equation, the equation is will be satisfied with these values of x and y. So in the equation, in place of x use 2, in place of y use 1. And when you work that, you will find the value of k. So k is equal to 2x plus 3y. So 2x meaning 2 into 2, 4. 3y, 3 into 1, 3. So 4 plus 3, 7. 7 is the value of k. Yes, we'll do these in the class now. Yes, children, draw the graph of each of the following linear equations in 2 variables. Get your graph notebook or graph sheets. Make the first graph. Make the XY table. Give different values of x and find the corresponding values of y. We'll do the first one and the third one alone. 1 and 3. Quickly get your graph book. Start working the first one.
Ma'am?
Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, I'm not having graph sheets, ma'am.
Okay, you can complete it later. Try to make a rough one in your book.
Okay, ma'am, because I'm in my grandfather's house. I cannot buy it here, ma'am. So only, ma'am.
Yeah. But just manage for the time being. You can do it in your notebook itself.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, is the graph ready? Share your picture on WhatsApp. Yes, I'll be happy to get some pictures of the answer on WhatsApp. Please share.
I'm completing XY table. I'm doing graph.
Okay. Please complete and share the picture. Good, Kanishka. Very neat graph. Very good. Can you share the picture of your table also, Kanishka?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Just a second.
Yeah. Others? Deepika has shared, Sangamitra has shared. Very good.
Should we do the first and the third?
Third one. Yeah. Correct. First and the third one. Deepika, see, it's very easy to make out if the graph line we have obtained is right or wrong. Now, where does your graph line cut the x-axis, Deepika? Tell me the address. Tell me the ordered pair where the graph cuts the x-axis. Can you hear me, Deepika? Okay, so see, your graph line cuts the x-axis at 2, 0. Now, when you use x2 and y0 in the equation is not satisfied. According to your graph, 2, 0 is a solution because it lies on the line. 2, 0 is a solution because it lies on the line. But when you substitute 2 and 0 in x and y, the equation is not satisfied, which means you need to check your graph again. Neat one, Sangamitra, good. Your graph is right. Satvika, your graph is also right. I think, I don't know if I'm wrong, but it looks like your graph does not go through 4 on the y-axis, precisely on 4. Just look into that because the graph line should cut the x-axis at 4, 0 and y-axis at 0, 4. But that y-axis, I'm not sure if it's really going through that point 4. Otherwise, it's right. The graph is right. So Kanishka has finished it. Sangamitra. Okay, Kanishka. Kanishka, Sangamitra, Satvika, Deepika.
1 minute, ma'am, I'm doing.
Okay. Hitesh, very good, Hitesh. Hitesh, the points which you have plotted is right, Hitesh, but we need to be more careful while joining the points. You have not joined the points. The 3 points which you have plotted are perfectly right. But you have not taken care to join them properly. See, it should be, and the point should be a fine dot, Hitesh. It's like you made it so big. The point is, it should be a fine dot. Only then your graph is going to be accurate. So Hitesh, your mistake is in joining the 3 points. You should also mark the point with a fine dot. You shouldn't darken it like this. So it becomes bigger, no? The point becomes so big and you lose the accuracy. So it's not going through 4, 0 on the x-axis. Hitesh, you need to redo the graph. Okay, what about the others, children? Only 5 students? Now you can see the difference, children. Now, when you make the third graph, let's understand the difference between the two equations. Finish it. Let me tell you later.
Ma'am, I sent you, ma'am.
Ma'am, I sent you.
Yeah, I'll have
Ma'am,
it.
now I sent you.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the point is not coming back.
The points which you have plotted is right, Pranav, but you must, you have not joined the points carefully. Use a long ruler. Don't use a small one. Use a
Yes,
long ruler. If you extend the line, then it becomes, you should draw the line in one shot. Use a long scale, position it correctly and make a straight line in one go. You shouldn't keep extending it. That's when the line becomes, looks broken kind of, bent.
okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Arav, no freehand, Arav. No, no, no. No,
Yes,
Arav.
ma'am. Ma'am, for rough only done.
No, but okay. But I don't see the points you've plotted. Where's your table? Please share your XY table. Arav.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Ananya, your first graph is right. There's no space on the graph paper, but you should always extend it so that it cuts the X and Y axis. If at all it does, you must produce it. The first graph cuts the Y axis at 0,4. That's not visible. You have not extended the line, but keep that in mind. The first one is correct, Ananya.
The second one, where does it cut to?
Not the second one. I'll just see the second one. The first one I was saying.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Arav, you made only 2 points, is it?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
No, make one more and show me. Show me one more point.
Ma'am, like I found 0,44 then what, ma'am?
Yeah, one more point. Give some other value for x and find the corresponding value of y.
Yes, ma'am.
Is Kanishka, your next graph is correct? And also, Pranav, why have you found so many points? It's enough if you find 3 points to plot.
Ma'am, so I am writing it again, ma'am.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points. You don't have to plot. You don't have to find so many and plot. 3 will do.
Yes, ma'am. Next one, y is equal to 3x, ma'am.
Right, yeah. Yes.
Ma'am, completed to
Yeah. Yes, Kanishka and Ananya have finished both the graphs. Sangamitra has shared. Yes, neat work, Sangamitra. Very neat. Your graph is right. Yes, Satvika, your graph is also right. The second one, very good. Satvika, Sangamitra, Ananya, and Kanishka have finished both the graphs. So, who can tell me the difference between the two? What do you conclude from the lines obtained in the two graphs? What is the distinct difference? If at all you will have to give a difference between the two lines you've got in the first and the second graph, what is that difference?
ma'am, in the first graph, the line doesn't pass through the origin while it does in the second graph.
Yes. Yes, that's what it is. So the first line, the graph of the first equation intersects the x and y axis. It doesn't pass through the origin. It intersects the x and y axis. It doesn't pass through the origin, while the graph of the second equation passes through the origin. It passes through the origin. So when does the graph of an equation pass through the origin? Who can tell me when does the graph of an equation pass through the origin? Without making the graph, you can say that. Without making the graph.
Ma'am, and the x and y axis are same?
No. No, I don't understand what you mean by the x and y axis are same. I don't understand. Without see when the equations are given to you, without making the graph, just on the face of the equations, looking at the equations, you can conclude if the graph of that equation will pass through the origin or will not pass through the origin. How can we say that? What is the value of C in the first equation? Write it in the standard form.
-4.
-4. Write it in the standard form. So x plus y -4 is equal to 0. So the value of C is -4. What's the value of C in the second? The second one, meaning the third, the third subdivision, the second graph which we did. What's the value of C there?
0, ma'am.
0. The value of C is 0. And what happens when the value of C is 0? When the value of C is 0, we see that the graph of that equation
Passes through the origin.
Yeah. So when the value of C, when the value of C is 0, when the value of C is 0, the graph of that equation will pass through the origin, because 0, 0 will be a solution. Because see here, when x is 0, in the equation y is equal to 3x. See the third one, in the equation y is equal to 3x. When x is 0, 3 into 0, y is also 0. So 0, 0 becomes a solution to every equation where C is 0. Now see, children, you have the graphs with you. You have the graphs with you. Look at the first graph, look at the third graph. Third meaning the third subdivision. Here, the two graphs which you have made. You see that the graph of the first equation intersects the x and y axis. It does not pass through the origin, while the next graph passes through the origin. Without making the graph, just by looking at the equations, you can conclude if the lines will pass through the origin or not, with the help of the value of C. With the help of the value of C in the equations. So in this equation, x plus y is equal to 4. The value of C is not 0. Let's take it that way. The value of C is not 0. C has a non-zero value. It's not 0. The value of C is -4. While in the third one, the value of C is 0. When the value of C is 0, the graph of that equation will pass through the origin. When it is 0, it will pass through the origin. If it is not 0, it will not pass through the origin. Now, supposing there is only one variable x or y, then it will be a line parallel to the x or y axis. Supposing you can just write down these examples, children. Just write down this. Say x minus y is equal to -5. Let me just give you 3 equations. The first one, x minus y is equal to -5. X minus y is equal to -5. Next, x minus 4 is equal to 0. Next, y plus 2 is equal to 0.
Can you say the second question?
Oh no, I'm just saying randomly. I don't know what. Okay, let me ask somebody to repeat it. Can somebody say? The first one,
x minus 4 is equal to 0.
X minus 4 is equal to 0 is the second one. X minus 4 is equal to 0. The first one is x minus y is equal to -5. Second one, x minus 4 is equal to 0. Then the third one, I think y plus 2 is equal to 0. Y plus 2 is equal to 0. And let's say the last one is 5x minus 3y is equal to 0, or 5x minus 2y, whatever. 5x minus y, 5x plus y. Write only the x and y term. Don't write the constant. So something like 5x plus y, 5x plus y or minus y, minus 2y, whatever. They should show only the x and y terms. 5x plus y is equal to 0. So children, look into the examples and understand. Listen to me and look into the book for what you've written. In the first equation, we have the x term. Not the first equation on your screen, the first equation in your book. Not the first equation on your screen, the first equation in your book. The first equation in your book, which is x minus y is equal to -5, has the x term, has the y term, and has the constant. The value, if I have to say the value of c, that the value of c is 5, because when you bring it to the LHS, the value of c is 5. Okay, the value of c is not 0. It is something other than 0. So when the equation has the x term, the y term, and the constant, and a non-zero constant, the graph of such an equation will not be parallel to any axis. It will not be parallel to any axis. It will not pass through the origin. It will not be parallel. It will not be parallel to the x-axis, the y-axis. It will not pass through the origin. It will intersect the x and y-axis somewhere. It will intersect. It will intersect the x and y-axis somewhere. See, you can put it in 3 broad categories. Passing through the origin is one. Intersecting the x and y-axis is another one. And parallel to the x-y axis is another one. Line passing through the origin. Line passing through the origin. Line intersecting the x and y axis. Line parallel to the x or y axis. So you can see them like this. So now the first equation, x minus y is equal to -5, has the x term, has the y term, and the constant, which is 5. It's not 0. There is some value for c. It's 5. So the graph of this equation will not pass through the origin, will not be a line parallel to any axis. It will intersect the x and y axis somewhere. Now the second one, what is the second one? X minus 4 is equal to 0. Is that the second one? X minus 4 is equal to 0?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so x minus 4 is equal to 0. You don't have the y term there. We have the variable x. We don't see the variable y. So when you treat this equation as an equation on 2 variables x and y, this will be a line parallel to the y-axis. We have seen this earlier, children.
Ma'am, then y is equal to 4, no ma'am? If we take
The second equation is x minus 4 is equal to 0, correct? Is that the second one? X minus 4 is equal to 0?
Ma'am.
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so in
Yes.
this equation, x minus 4 is equal to 0. We have the x term. We don't have the y term. And the constant, we have some value for the constant, but the y term is missing. We have only the x term. So when you write the equation like this, x is equal to 4, we have x is equal to 4, x minus 4 is equal to 0, or x is equal to 4. So x is equal to 4, when you treat this as an equation on 2 variables x and y, will be a line parallel to the y-axis. Will be a line parallel. When you make the graph of this equation, it will be parallel to the y-axis at a distance of 4 units to the right of it. The next one, y plus 2 is equal to 0. So when one variable is missing, if you treat the equation as an equation on 2 variables x and y, but one variable is missing there, then it will be a line parallel to the x or the y-axis. Now in this case, we have only the variable x. The second one, we have only the variable x. So it will be parallel to the y-axis. The line will be parallel to the y-axis. And the third one, y plus 2 is equal to 0, does not have the variable x. Again, this will be a line parallel because we don't have the x there. It will be parallel to the x-axis. Y plus 2 is equal to 0 is nothing but y is equal to -2. This will be parallel to the x-axis at a distance of 2 units below the x-axis. And the last one, I don't know what you have written. Suppose you wrote 5x plus y is equal to 0. 5x plus y is equal to 0. You can see that we have the x and y terms, but the constant is 0. The graph of such an equation will pass through the origin. So when the value of c is 0, when you have x and y, but c is 0, when you have x and y, but c is 0, it will pass through the origin. When you have x, y and the constant is not 0. There is some value for constant x, y, and you have the constant. The line will intersect the x and y axis. It will not be a line parallel to the x or y axis. It will not pass through the origin also. Because it will pass through the origin only when c is 0. When c is not 0, it will not pass through the origin. And then when you have only one variable x or one variable y, but we treat it as an equation in two variables x and y, the line will be parallel to the x-axis or y-axis. So that difference is what you would have seen in the first and the third one here on the screen. On the screen, the first and the third equation. The first and the third equation on the screen. This one, c is not 0. C is not, so this will not pass through the origin. Here c is 0, so this will pass through the origin. Please try to construct the other two graphs. Please try to construct the other two graphs. See, graphs, it's difficult to revise all this before your exam. There are so many little things which you have to remember. So I think when you have a lot of time at your disposal now, like make use of this time. You have a lot of time to prepare, to work out graphs. So you make use of this time. Be ready. See, otherwise, chapters like number systems and polynomials, you can work them quickly. Graph needs, you need to do it very slowly and carefully. It demands more time. Do it now when you have more time. So in that sense, please complete the second and the fourth one by yourself. So this is what you finished, children. This is the graph for the first one, which you just did. I'll share the material with you so that you can, in case you have not finished, you can just verify your answer with this. The first one, which we just finished. This is how we make the XY table, children. X minus y is equal to 2 is the equation. I told you can write y in terms of x or x in terms of y. So here they've written y is equal to x minus 2. So give different values for x and find the corresponding values of y. Give different values for x and find the corresponding values of y and put the values you get in this table, XY table. Give different values for x, find the corresponding values of y and use those values to make this table and plot the points 0, -2, 1, -1, 2, 0. Plot the points. Plot the points and join to obtain the graph. And this also we just finished. This is the other one, the last one. We'll share the material, children. Please finish all this. Yeah, read this question, children. Give the equations of two lines passing through 2, 14. 2, 14 is the address of a point in the Cartesian plane. 2, 14 is the address of a point in the Cartesian plane. Give the equations of two lines passing through 2, 14. Oh, there are so many lines. It's a point. There are so many lines passing through this point. And there are so many lines that can pass through this point 2, 14. All those lines are given by a linear equation x and y. Of those many equations, you will have to write the equations of 2 lines. We know that there are infinitely many lines passing through any given point. And all those lines are given by a linear equation in 2 variables x and y. Of those many equations, you are expected to write 2 of it. The first or the second class, we've discussed situations similar to this, children. I told you add the 2 numbers. Add the 2 numbers. 2 plus 14 is 16. Yeah. So x plus y is equal to 16. X plus, because when you write this x plus y is equal to 16, you know that 2, 14 satisfies this equation. 2, 14 satisfies this equation. And I also told you, simply come out with some expression. Just write, come out with some expression. So here they've written 7x minus 4y. What is 7x minus 4y? What is 7 into 2? 14. 14 minus 14 is 0. So 7x minus 4y is equal to 0. You can also write this, children. I told you, like, subtract these two. What is 14 minus? You can do 2 minus 14 also. What is 2 minus 14? Minus 12. So x minus y is equal to minus 12. Can be an equation. X minus y is equal to minus 12. I also told you x by y is equal to 2 by 14. Cross multiply. You can add, you can subtract, you can divide. Don't multiply. So these are the equations. So you have to write 2 of them. You can see 2 here. How many more such lines are there and why? There are infinite number of lines. There are infinitely many lines that pass through this point. So since there are infinitely many lines passing through this point, there are infinitely many equations also which you can make. There are so many lines that pass through this point 2, 14. Every line has an equation, a different equation in x and y. So since we know that there are infinitely many lines passing through a given point, you can write many equations. Yes, Shreyas?
Ma'am, x by y is equal to 1 by 7. This satisfies 2, 14, ma'am.
X by y is equal to?
1 by 7.
Yeah, cross multiply. Cross multiply and get the equation. Yes, it will satisfy. That's what you see here. This is that equation only. X by y is equal to 2 by 14. You get this equation out of that only. Work x by y. Do it now. Write x by y is equal to 2 by 14. What do you get? X by y is equal to 1 by 7. On cross multiplying, 7x is equal to y, or 7x minus y is equal to 0. That's how this equation is got. And this equation satisfies this address 2, 14.
Ma'am, I got the same. Ma'am, 7x minus y is equal to 0.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, you asked to do 2 graphs, no, ma'am.
Yeah.
Can you send questions, ma'am? Can you say the questions?
No, darling, it's here. No, see here. These 2 graphs. I said I'll share the material. Yeah. I'll share the material. These are the 2 graphs which I wanted you to finish. X minus y is equal to 2, and this one, 2x plus y is equal to 3.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. I'll be sharing this entire folder with you.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So children, let's read this question again. Give the equations of two lines. Give the equations of two lines passing through 2, 14. So when you add x plus y is 16, so that is one equation. When you divide x by y is equal to 2 by 14 and you cross multiply, you get this. You can also write x minus y is equal to minus 12. When you subtract 2 and 14, x minus y is equal to minus 12. Okay, so we gave equations. That's over. Two equations we have given. How many more such lines are there? Answer that question. How many more such lines are there? There are infinitely many. Okay, there I'll read what is here. There are infinite number of lines which pass through the point 2, 14. How many more such lines are there? There are infinite number of lines which passes through this point 2, 14. And why? Why? Because infinite number of lines can be drawn through a given point. Why? Because we can draw infinitely many lines passing through a given point. How many more such lines are there? There are infinite number of lines that pass through the point 2, 14. Why? Because there are infinitely many lines that pass through any given point. Because there are infinitely many lines that can be drawn passing through any given point. Yeah, this is simple. If this one lies on the graph of this equation, find the value of A. So you will have to use x3 and y4 and solve the equation and find the value of A. Yes. Do this, children.
Ma'am, we saw a similar sum like this, no, ma'am?
Yeah, that's what even I'm not able to make out. Is it similar or the same one? Please flip back and check and let me know.
No, ma'am. For the first kilometer, it will be 10, ma'am. For first one. Here
Okay.
it is 8, ma'am.
Okay, ma. Okay, thank you, Pranav. Thank you. All right, then we'll construct the equation. Yes, we have seen. I was not able to recall whether it was the same or a similar one. Now, from what Pranav says, we've seen a similar one. So we'll do this one. Please frame the equation. Please frame the equation. Yes, children, what's the equation?
Ma'am, y is equal to 3 plus 5.
Let me see. Yeah. Pranav, please tell me again. Y is equal to?
Ma'am, 3 plus 5x.
Very good. Y is equal to 3 plus 5x. Can you just read the first line from your book? Y is equal to, yeah, y is equal to, yeah.
Y is equal to 8 plus 5x minus 1, ma'am.
Very good. 5 into x minus 1. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Then
And y is equal to 8 plus 5x minus 5, ma'am.
very good.
Then y is equal to 3 plus 5x.
Very good. You're right, Pranav.
Yes, ma'am.
So the equation is y is equal to 5x plus 3. Y is equal to 5x plus 3, and this equation will not pass through the origin because the value, you can see the value of c is not 0. The value of c is not 0. There is a number there. There's a constant there. It's not 0. The value of c is not 0. So the graph of this equation will not pass through the origin. If the value of c is 0, it will pass through the origin. The value of c is not 0. This one will not pass through the origin. And we have both the variables x and y. So it will not be parallel to the x or y axis. So this line will intersect the x and y axis. So you can see the graph below. All right, children, I hope you can complete this after framing the equation. So you can see it here. You can see it here. The total distance is x. Please follow the pointer. See here, according to the question, see this part. The total fare is y. So what you will be settling the, the automan or the taxi person, the total fare is y. The breakup is for the first kilometer 8 rupees, and for the remaining distance, the total distance is x. But you're going to give him 8 rupees for the first kilometer. So the remaining distance is x minus 1. See the fare, the total fare is, divided into two. One is for the fare for the first kilometer, and the other is the fare for the remaining distance. For the first kilometer, it is 8 rupees. What is the remaining distance then? The total is x, so x minus 1 is the remaining distance. Now x minus 1, this distance at the rate of 5 rupees per kilometer. So 5 into x minus 1. 5 into x minus 1 will be the money you will have to give him for the remaining distance. The total distance is x. X minus 1 because this is the remaining distance after the first kilometer. This is the remaining distance. This into 5 rupees plus for 8 rupees for the first kilometer. So this is the equation. Make the table, plot, and get the graph. Yes, children, read the question and I want the answer from you. See what is given.
Ma'am, for figure 1, x plus y is equal to 0 is the answer. Ma'am.
For figure 1, x plus y is equal to 0. we'll see. Yeah, let's just wait for the others also. Yeah, I'll keep your answer in mind.
Ma'am, for second one, y is equal to x plus 2.
Y is equal to x plus 2. You may have to think again.
For which one, ma'am?
Second one.
Ma'am, for the second figure, y is equal to minus x plus 2, ma'am.
Y is equal to minus x plus 2. All right. Okay, so let's see the first one. Now you can see the options given to you for the first. See, what is the question? We have two graphs. We have figure 1 where we can see a straight line passing through the origin, and in figure 2 you can again see a straight line intersecting the x and y axis at the points 2, 0 and 0, 2 respectively. Now what are we to do? We have two figures. Now for each of the figure we have 4 choices. Now for figure 1 we have 4 choices. For figure 2 again we have 4 choices. From the 4 choices for figure 1, you need to choose the correct equation that can represent this straight line. Again, from these 4 options for figure 2, you need to choose the appropriate equation that can represent this line, the second line here, the line in figure 2. So now if you see here, this graph passes through the origin. So the value of C will be 0. So the last equation is not possible. The last equation is not possible because in the last, see, we are looking at the options, the 4 options for figure 1 above, the 4 options for figure 1 here. See the 4th option, the value of C is 2. It's not 0. The value of C is not 0, but the graph line passes through the origin, which means this one cannot be the correct option. So we'll have to select one of these 3. One of these 3. You can see in all these 3 equations, the value of C is 0. In all these 3 equations, the value of C is 0. The last one, the value of C is not 0. So this is not possible because if the graph has to pass through the origin, then the value of C must be 0. So it should be one of these 3. It cannot be the first one because y is equal to x. But it's so clear, it's so obvious that x is, see this point 1, -1. Where is x and y equal? See, the first option is y is equal to x. But when you look at the coordinates, 0, 0, okay, y is equal to x. But look at the others, -1, 1, the point which lies on the line, -1, 1, x is not equal to y. And see, there's another point, 1, -1, which lies on the line. X is not equal to y. So this one, option 1 is not possible. So 1 is not possible, 4 is not possible. Now, which of 2 and 3? 2 and 3.
2, ma'am.
If you look at the third one, y is equal to 2x. Just substitute, children. You can just take up any point on this line. Take up any point on this line and see if it satisfies the equation y is equal to 2x. Now, when you take this point 1, -1, when you take up this point 1, -1, use the values of x and y here. X is 1, so 2 into 1 is 2. But y is -1, so LHS is not equal to RHS. 1, -1 does not satisfy this equation. So it is not 1, it is not 3, it is not 4. It should be 2. And 2 is x plus y is equal to 0. And you can see it. X plus y, -1 plus 1, 0. 0 plus 0, 0. 1 minus 1, 0. Option 2 is the correct option. So now on this line, you can see 3 points for the in the second figure. In the second figure, on the straight line, you can see 3 points. -1, 3, 0, 2, 2, 0. What you have to do is use these points. Use the x and y value from these points and substitute in the equations and see where which equation is satisfied by all the 3 points. You will have to substitute. We have 3 points on the straight line, children. On the straight line, we have 3 points. -1, 3, 0, 2, 2, 0. We have 3 points on the straight line. Go back to the equations. Whichever equation satisfies all the 3. Whichever equation is satisfied by all the 3 points will be the correct equation. So which is that one? Which is that equation which is satisfied by all the 3 points here?
Subdivision 3, ma'am.
Subdivision?
3.
3.
Y is equal to -x plus 2, ma'am. Subdivision 3.
Yeah. Correct. Class, use the emoji. Raise your hands. Okay, that's good. Good children. All right. So that's about question number 5. Any questions there, children?
No, ma'am.
We are given 2 figures. We are given 2 figures, figure 1 and figure 2. So both of which are graphs. And you see a straight line. In each graph, you see a straight line. For figure 1, we are given 4 options. Figure 2, we are given 4 options. We need to choose from the options which equation can best represent the straight line. All right. look at this question because we have, I think, about less than 10 minutes. We'll take up this one. Give the geometric representations of 2x plus 9 is equal to 0. Give the geometric representations of 2x plus 9 is equal to 0 as an equation in one variable in two variables. So on solving this, we get 2x is equal to minus 9, x is equal to minus 9 by 2 or minus 4.5. So you just have to locate minus 4.5 on the number line and indicate that with x. X is equal to minus 4.5. That's how it's represented when you treat this equation as an equation in one variable x. When you treat it as an equation in two variables x and y, then it can be represented as a straight line in the Cartesian plane. So this is when you take it, this is when you treat it as a, we are given this equation, children, 2x plus 9 is equal to 0. We are given this equation. On solving, we get x is equal to minus 9 by 2. When you treat this as an equation, there is only one variable x here. So when you take it as it is, so that is when you treat this as an equation in one variable x. So this is how you represent it on the number line. See, children, on the number line, you can see the point here, minus 4.5. So it's between minus 4 and minus 5. It's between minus 4 and minus 5. Just mark a point there and minus 9 by 2. You can just write x is equal to minus 9 by 2. But if you treat the same equation, as an equation in two variables x and y, then you need to write it like 2x plus 0 y, 0.y plus 9 is equal to 0. See, if we have 2x, you can see 2x here, plus the y variable is absent. So how do you show it? Plus 0y plus 9 is equal to 0. See, you can see 2x here. You can see that plus 9 here is equal to 0. The y variable is absent. So plus 0y, plus 0y, plus 0y, 0.y or 0y. It's not point, it's actually a dot, 0 dot y, which represents 0 into y. Okay, so children, you don't have to show all this working. Don't show this working. You can directly make this table. You don't have to show all this working. You can directly make this table, children. So here again, when you write this as x in terms of y, you will get x is equal to minus 9 by 2. It's 0y, so it's just ignore it. We just write it like this to show it as an equation in two variables x and y. But it's as good as 2x plus 9 is equal to 0. It's as good as 2x plus 9 is equal to 0, which means x is minus 9 by 2. So how do we make the table? X is always minus 9 by 2 for any value of y. You don't have to show this working. You don't have to do this. You can directly make this table. Because on solving, what do we get? X is equal to minus 9 by 2. We get x is equal to minus 9 by 2. That means x is always minus 9 by 2 for any value of y. X is equal to minus 9 by 2, right? So x is always minus 9 by 2. For any value of y, you can use any value of y, 0, minus 1, minus 2, any value of y. Now we need to plot these points on the graph paper. So this is minus 4.5 comma 1, minus 4.5 comma 2, minus 4.5 comma 3. So you can see the x-axis here, the y-axis here, and the points are plotted. Minus 4.5 comma 1. You can see it here, minus 4.5 comma 1 here. This one. This is minus 4. This is the y-axis. This is minus 4, minus 5. This is minus 4.5. Comma 1. This is minus 4.5 comma 1. This is minus 4.5 comma 2. And this is minus 4.5 comma 3. Comma 3. And this join the 3 points to get the straight line. Join the 3 points to get the straight line. So this is how you represent the equation geometrically when you treat it as a linear equation in two variables x and y. In two variables x and y. Going back to the question, give the geometric representations of 2x plus 9 is equal to 0 as an equation in one variable in two variables. So when you treat this as an equation in one variable x, then it is represented by a point on the number line. Minus 4.5 here. When you treat it as an equation in two variables x and y, I told you since x is minus, since the value of x, see here, since the value of x is minus 9 by 2, when you treat it as a linear equation in two variables x and y, just represent it like this, 2x plus 0y plus 9 is equal to 0. But we know on solving this, x is always going to be minus 9 by 2. You can directly make this table. X is always minus 9 by 2 for any value of y. Plot these points and get the graph. So this is what it is. So in one variable, it's a point on the number line. In two variables, it's represented by a straight line in the Cartesian plane. That is the coordinate plane. X-axis, the plane in which the x-axis and the y-axis lie is called the Cartesian plane. The plane in which the x-axis and the y-axis lie is called the Cartesian plane or the coordinate axis, coordinate plane. The plane in which, plane meaning the flat surface, the plane in which the x-axis and the y-axis lie is called the Cartesian plane. Okay, so when you treat it as an equation in two variables x and y, it is given by a straight line. This is the straight line in the Cartesian plane. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. If you have any questions, please stay back, else you may leave the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am,
Yes, Deepika.
ma'am, I was not able to answer because I was connected with my computer, ma'am.
Oh, yeah, you have told me earlier. Okay, Deepika, sorry. Sometimes I just forget that. Yeah, okay. Please don't mistake me. Thank you. Yes, Deepika, I know it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Yeah.